Welcome everyone. Today we dive into the mysterious world of mermaids. Are they real? What do they look like? And where can you find them? Let's explore. The legend of the mermaids and mermen is something I think we are all familiar with. Mermaids have fascinated cultures worldwide for centuries. Legends of mermaids isn't unique to one location. They appear in folklore from all over the world and are depicted in paintings and stories going back thousands of years. But are they just stories? Probably so. But that hasn't stopped the sightings from ancient times up until recently. There are also photos, videos, alleged specimens, documentaries, and a variety of theories that try to suggest mermaids or merfolk are real. So today, that's what we're going to look at. The one thing that is common across folklore across the world is that mermaids and mermen, or merfolk, as they are referred to, is that they have the top half of a human and bottom half of a fish, or a dolphin, and they are associated with bodies of water. Mermaids are usually said to have beautiful face of a woman with long hair and enchanting voices. Archaeologists have found accounts in Mesopotamian mythology of Oannes, a male fish god from 5,000 years ago. Oannes had the form of a fish, but with the head of a man beneath his fish-like head. Additionally, under his fish's tail, he had the feet of a man. Oannes emerged from the ocean every day along the Persian Gulf to interact with humanity. During daylight hours, he shared his wisdom by teaching them various essential subjects. In Scottish folklore, selkies are similar to mermaids. They can transform from seals to humans by shedding their skins. An African Mami Wata, a water spirit associated with mermaid-like qualities, healing, and sensuality. Maraki-Hau, a New Zealand Taniwa guardian with a human head and a long fish-like body. Jengu are beautiful mermaid-like creatures found in African folklore. They are water-dwelling humanoids, often depicted as having long hair and enchanting voices. Believed to bring blessings, fertility, and good fortune to those who encounter them. The modern idea of mermaids is often linked to the sirens from Greek mythology. Sirens, however, were half human and half bird that lived in the rocky cliffs of oceans and seas. They lured sailors to their death with their songs. But today, the words siren and mermaid have become somewhat interchangeable, and the idea of mermaids enticing people and leading them to their death has persisted. What are mermaids like? Let's explore their personalities. Mermaids are often depicted as enchanting, mysterious, and alluring. Some legends portray them as benevolent, granting boons or falling in love with humans. Others associate them with storms, shipwrecks, and drownings. In European folklore, mermaids, sometimes called sirens, and mermen were natural beings who, like fairies, had magical and prophetic powers. They loved music and often sang. Although long-lived, they were mortal and had no souls. Many folk tales record marriages between mermaids, who might assume human form, and men. Some mermaid legends say that mermaids and mermen were usually dangerous to humans. Their gifts brought misfortune, and if offended, they caused floods or other disasters. Sailors considered seeing a mermaid during a voyage as an omen of shipwreck. Some legends tell of mermaids luring mortals to death by drowning or enticing young people to live with them underwater. Beyond the basics, here are some lesser-known facts. Mermaids inhabit marine areas worldwide, but there are stories of them living in lakes and rivers too. Spiritual mermaids exist. Metaphysical beings you can pray to and communicate with. Manatees, often mistaken for mermaids, share similar characteristics. The depths of the ocean hold secrets. Where do mermaids reside? Mermaids are often thought to inhabit the deepest, most unexplored parts of the ocean. These areas are so remote and mysterious that they lend themselves perfectly to the legend of mermaids. Imagine vast underwater canyons, towering underwater mountains, and places where sunlight barely reaches. According to legends, mermaids reside in underwater kingdoms as grand and splendid as any on land. These hidden realms are believed to be located in the vast and mysterious depths of the ocean. Sailors whisper of seeing mermaids near ancient shipwrecks. Have people really seen mermaids? Let's explore reported sightings. Sightings span from Israel to Canada, igniting curiosity and skepticism. In the early 17th century, Captain Richard Whitburn, an English explorer, was sailing near St. John's Harbor in Newfoundland. One July morning in 1610, he spotted something unusual swimming in the water. As he observed more closely, he realized it was a mermaid. In Japan, a group of sailors reported encountering a mermaid near a remote island. According to legends, in the early 13th century, a mermaid washed ashore in Hakata Bay on the Japanese island of Kyushu. This mysterious aquatic being had both human and fish-like features. A shaman declared the mermaid a good omen for the nation, and her bones were buried at the Ukimido Temple, which people later began calling Ryugu-jo, the undersea palace of the dragon god. One famous account from history actually comes from Christopher Columbus. On January the 9th, 1493, while sailing off the coast of the Dominican Republic, Columbus recorded that Columbus went to Rio del Oro, where he saw not just one, but 3 mermaids. He said they rose well out of the sea, but they are not so beautiful as they are painted, though to some extent they have the form of a human face. The admiral says that he had seen some at other times in Guinea, on the coast of the Maniqueta. It is believed that what Columbus saw was actually manatees. The sighting off the coast of Guinea that is mentioned could be a dugong, a close relative of the manatee, but considering the range of a dugong, I think it's more likely to be an African manatee. Now, I know some might think it's hard to think of a manatee as a mermaid, but when all you have to go on is some paintings you've seen before, and the subject is in the water, who knows how far away it could be possible. Pliny the Elder, a renowned scientist during the 1st century AD, wrote about Nereids, a type of mermaid. According to his accounts in natural history, Nereids resembled women with rough, scaly bodies like fish. They were often seen sitting upon dolphins or other ocean creatures. Pliny also mentioned a merman spotted in the Gulf of Cadiz. This merman would climb onto ships' decks at night, and wherever he sat, the ship would begin to sink due to his weight. Japanese soldiers during World War II in 1943 reported numerous sightings of mermaids or manfish in the Kai Islands of Indonesia. These mermaids were described as being 150 cm tall, having spikes on their spines, shoulders, and necks. Local villagers were familiar with these creatures they called orang ikan, translated as manfish. In recent years, mermaid sightings continue to capture public interest. For example, the town of Kiryat Yam in Israel made headlines when witnesses reported seeing a creature resembling a mermaid. NBC even claimed to have footage of the mermaid, and a $1 million reward was offered for further evidence. In Florida's Weeki Wachee Springs hosts daily mermaid performances, where skilled swimmers portray mermaids in an underwater theater. So, are mermaids real? While scientific evidence remains elusive, the allure of mermaids persists and their stories continue to enchant us. Whether mythical or real, mermaids remain a captivating part of our cultural imagination. Next time you're by a body of water like a river, lake, or sea, keep an eye out. You never know what mysteries lie beneath the waves. Thanks for joining us on this mermaid adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Leave your comments on what you think or what you like to explore next. Until next time, stay curious.